Thank you for checking out my channel, where I'm always doing handy designs. Today I'm doing a wig. I really want to be able to make cosplay wigs eventually. You know, the beautiful, the stiff. I know you need stiffener, stuff like that. But this was my dip in my toe. Literally never made a wig before. Started off with a magic ring, magic circle. I hear conflicting thoughts on the magic ring. I love it, so I don't think I'm gonna go away from it anytime soon, but that's what I started off with. And my thing was 5. Once I get to, I did 5 single crochets to start. Once I get to where you're doing the holes, the skips, I lose all math. I try to always keep it around 5s because it's obviously the easiest for me to remember, but it kind of goes south when the spaces come into play for me. And I did continuous for some of them. Some of them I did the slip stitch, I believe, to end a row. It's a free for all. Later I'm going to pop in to explain what I'm doing because math goes out the window after a certain point. But I started off with 5 single crochets into the magic ring and then increased normal from there to a certain point. All this yarn for this wig was from the Unravel videos. They went to good use and I loved how they came out curly. I thought, oh, this would be perfect texture for hair. And I actually love the way it turned out. Obviously, it looks handmade and like a beginner, but I love it. finally got to the stage where I can start measuring. I didn't even measure the roundness of his head. So my goal was to do 20 inches, which it just so happened after I made this that his head was 20 inches around. So it worked perfectly. I wanted it to hang 6 inches. I figured the weight of the hair would make it pull farther. That's why I didn't go the full 6 inches. Just had to mark where the bangs were and the end were. There's no precision. That's what I love about this. There's no needing to count and keep things super correct because it's all going to get covered anyway. At this point, I was just kind of going to my heart's content with how many spaces, how many stitches I was doing between double stitches. It felt good. I think at one, let's see. See, I changed it, but I was always changing the amount. That's why I didn't even bother. It, however much you're feeling is what it came to. But the part that I wanted to be the bangs is where I did the half double crochet. Maybe I should have just done a slip stitch there. Like, see, it was still kind of tall, but whatever. So that part was gonna be the middle of the bang. Had to mark it, and from there, it's just about adding the hair. I added hair at just about every stitch with addeds here and there. At this point, okay, I was feeling really good about the base of my wig. At this point, look at how beautifully round it is. Me measuring out of frame. 5 inches, yeah, I felt like that was good enough. 6 inches probably would have been way too much. I didn't want it to droop in the eyeballs because the hair is going to be there. This part was the funnest part. Obviously, it took forever. It took me 5 hours. Can you believe it? To do this. But I wanted it to have a lot of hair. Ugh, but in the end, whatever. You'll see. It's not like I was doing crazy knots. I was just using the ends of the strand to cinch it in place, basically. See? Coming together. So cute. You kind of have to do some zhuzhing to make sure you don't see the holes here and there, but who cares? I didn't want it to be way too heavy and sliding off all the time. These green beads, first of all, they were just to signify that that was the back of the head. But later, I realized this was a good cincher. If it's too big, I can just, well, it would have been a good cincher if I had thought it through and threaded it in a correct way, which it'll still cinch, but it's not smooth. You gotta really put some force into it. This part was actually really relaxing. It was fun. My technique is all off. I don't know what I'm doing. Why instead of using the hook to bring the threads through like you do through all of crochet, I dropped the hook and used my fingers. What is going on? I actually hurt the skin under my thumb doing this after a while, the repetitiveness of pulling. I'm annoyed just watching. I love the final result though. It's so cute. Oh, look how gorgeous. Oh, I love it. I love the way it turned out. I'm so proud of it. I decided to add brown strands, give it dimension. It's looking a little bland. Maybe I should have done a few more than what I ended up doing. But it gave, it gave the illusion. What are we gonna do? It's beautiful. Look at the holes. That's what I'm saying. You gotta actually judge it. Next time I'm gonna do the cap. I didn't want to do the whole cap because I didn't want it to be so hot. But it would have made it, I guess, the illusion better if the base wasn't all the holes. I didn't want to cut too much, but it can always be cut more obviously at another time. I guess I can always add more too at another time, technically. Not like anything's glued on. But I love it. Look at him and look how cute he is with it on. This is me changing out the the bead color. The beads were originally there just for a marker, but then this is where I thought, oh, I guess it can be a cincher. You got to use some finger strength, but you can cinch it a little bit. Decided to use just some brown beads. And that was my making of the wig. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good day.